Hello, dear listeners and hopefully watchers of the YouTube channel of this ACECAST podcast. And today we are speaking with a team of students participating in the ACE²-EU Entrepreneurship Traineeship week here in Latvia, which interestingly enough is happening also parallelly in Germany and in Poland. And as my research tells me, during this intensive program, students from different universities across the Alliance come together to work on innovative ideas, collaborate across culture, and explore entrepreneurial solutions to real-world challenges. And I will give you a little sneak peek into what our today's guests are doing. This week, they are part of an international team that has been developing an idea focused on supporting freelance musicians, helping them promote their work, and connect with producers, venues, and organizers. So thank you all so much for joining us here today. And to start and to maybe ease into the conversation, could you briefly introduce yourselves and what university do you represent here today?
So yeah, I can just start off. My name is Andra and I come from Riga. I've studied in the Academy of Culture in the master's program Cultural and Arts Management.
So thanks for having us. I represent University of Goce Delcev in Macedonia, North Macedonia. More specific, I'm studying marketing and management in the University of Economics in Stip. So I think that's it for me.
From my side, I represent Technische University of Ingolstadt, where I study my master degree on AI engineering of autonomous systems, and very happy that I participated in the program in the last 5 days and learned a lot within the program.
Yes, I'm Marta and I'm from Riga. I study in the Latvian Academy of Culture, intercultural relations with France and Canada. It's my last year, so I'm writing my bachelor thesis.
I'm Paula. I'm also a local here. I study in the Latvian Academy of Culture, the second year of the bachelor program, Culture and Art Studies.
Beautiful, interesting, and maybe we could start to talk about what has been the motivation behind you joining this traineeship program this week.
I guess I can answer the question. So for me, the biggest motivation was to get to know the ecosystem here in the Baltics, because this is, in my opinion, very important when you want to build a startup, like a company, and how you can collaborate with the people in different countries, and that was like one of the biggest motivation. And the second one is that learning within a team, because since I come from the technical side, I'm always like very into like learning the other people's experiences, like listen them and talk with them, so that like we can make the things even better, and we're also not biased, you know.
Okay, interesting. Any more motivations maybe around here?
I'm currently in between jobs and I was thinking about some ideas, what could I develop, and we had an idea with my friend. Actually, it was her idea to develop some kind of internet solution, but at the end I decided that I will not work on this particular idea, as this is my friend's idea. And my main idea is to find out kind of a pattern that one goes through to test your business idea and to see whether it's viable and whether it makes sense to proceed with it. So.
Mm-hmm. And maybe we can start to talk about, were there any expectations you had before joining this program, or something that has been completely debunked or maybe have been proven right?
So expectations, I only had like 2, and first of them was fun. We had fun, so and second one is learning. I guess we learned a lot, and which made me happy because like that shows something that the program was organized in a way that we can have some takeaways.
Any more expectations maybe, or none?
So I was also expecting, because I had the ideas and had the motivation to come here, but I was also expecting a lot of help from the locals, the professors who were organized in the whole project. We got the help actually. So we had the ideas and everything, but I'm looking at this traineeship week as a bridge between our ideas and the evaluation process. So I think that we crossed the bridge successfully and created the program itself and the website, potential website.
So this is the 5th day of your traineeship week, as I understand.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And could you possibly tell me what activity or workshop has been the most valuable to you? Or something that was surprising or interesting, or that you hadn't experienced before?
I think what I remember, sort of, we started off with going through what design thinking is, and also this business Canva model. It's like how you can assess your business idea, putting all the necessary information in one page, like asking yourself what value are you adding, what are your main stakeholders, which is a nice system that I will take away with me. And I also really liked our visit to Social Enterprise Association to learn about some social enterprises that are active in the Baltics. That was sort of my highlights.
Okay, and were there any activities that you found challenging this far?
Yes, I guess the challenging part is that like when you have an idea, like business idea, and trying to figure out what your idea is actually, like what solution you're gonna deliver and so on, like answering those questions and writing them down. And I guess that's the most challenging part, because there are many ways, many options, and you need to learn a lot and optimize the stuff. So I guess this is the most challenging.
Mm-hmm. And
I want to mention it's definitely challenging to work in a big group. Like, for example, we are 5 people. Before the team switched up a little bit, we were 6. And 6 people in the group is like a lot. And 5 people is also... Everyone has so many great ideas. And then we tend to just skip over, like for example, user experience thing we had to do. And we just tend to skip over that and go to like features like, yeah, our app is going to have that and that. It's gonna do and that, and then later, but we just like so many great ideas with so many great minds. It's a bit tough.
I see. And speaking of challenges, as I've been told, during this week, each team has been working on developing a business or a product idea. And could you tell me what problem did your team decide to focus on?
We decided to work with young musicians. Some of us are interested in music, and also I know that Paula knows some young bands. And basically the problem that we see that young musicians, they have difficulties in the beginning of their career, sort of overall in Latvia, in the cultural sector, the artists are underpaid. And we wanted to create something that would give especially young musicians more opportunities to perform and to earn additionally.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And why did you choose the music industry and freelance musicians specifically?
I think I came up with this idea because I had quite a lot of work experience so far, and I've been organizing events. And in one of the last events, I invited 2 bands. One was like young musicians, just like about to graduate, and the other band were established musicians. And after the party, like the guests came to me and they were so amazed about the young musicians. And I thought, okay, but nobody knows about them, so I would like to spread the word. And so I proposed this idea in the traineeship week, and these guys were also interested to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as I understand, we have 3 beautiful ladies here who all study here at the Latvian Academy of Culture, but I would like to hear more from our international guests. Did you have any previous experience or interest in the music or event industry?
Actually, It's it's a first project that I'm attending on the Alliance, and for me, I don't have any connections with the music at all. But as our colleague and our group partner, announced the project and the business idea, something in me flicked, and I think I I will best perform in this group. So that's why I joined the group.
So from my side, it's kind of like funny because we were like having the lunch or like breakfast in the first day, and then she was talking about her idea. I was like, wow, wait a sec. It actually makes sense. Like there's a future in this idea. Like there's a hope. And then we were like discussing about it, and the idea was evolving to somewhere at some point. And I was like, at the end, I was like, okay, I guess I will go for this project because it's supporting the young generation like us. So that's why I wanted to be part of this journey.
Mm-hmm. And okay, and do you have any previous experience or interest in the music industry?
I personally don't really have, but I saw a really good potential in this idea. And before this traineeship, I also had no clue what is entrepreneurship and how it works. So it was very enriching, and I just saw that this idea is very has a future, and it yeah, as you previously mentioned, it touches the young generation, the young musicians, and I think they need a lot of support. Just start and encourage them.
Mm-hmm. And we've been talking about your idea a lot and talking all around it. So let's talk more about like the solution that you've been developing, and maybe you could describe your platform in very simple terms to someone who doesn't know anything about it, like me.
So it's a web-based platform where we will offer. So there's gonna be profiles for artists, emerging artists. They can create their own profiles. They can put in like one video of them performing maybe like one or two songs. So the actual, for example, event planner, right, organizer, they're gonna go in the platform and they're gonna just type in and search what genre they want, what instrument they want, and then they're gonna just have profiles of these musicians, and then they're gonna be able to see the pay, like how much they would have to pay to hire the musician. They can also like mark the dates when they actually need to hire the musician, and if all of that goes well, then we offer them a video call, where they can really like talk specifically about any questions, and then they sign a contract that's supposed to be, so far as we've thought, it's gonna be in the platform. And then they're just gonna, and then the event happens. In simple terms. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. And how did you come to this idea specifically? You already mentioned like your journey, but maybe there's something else about specifically the different parts of your idea. How was the journey into this final idea?
I guess what Paula presented, that was the idea that I already knew that it's kind of going to be the platform, but when we started exploring the market also, we saw that this solution actually in other places in the world it exists, like in the UK, for example. But then I think it was Paula who had this, I think, great idea that this platform could also provide the opportunity for the musicians to network among themselves. So there would be some additional value to our platform. And also there isn't such a platform for Baltic musicians. So in that way, we are offering really something new.
Mm-hmm. And maybe you can tell me, you mentioned that there are platforms like this, for instance, in UK. What makes your idea different?
Sorry. So we have actually a very nice feature. It's called like AI matching. what we do is that, for example, if an event manager wants to search a musician within the platform, we are gonna like match them with the help of the preferences and the filters which were set by the event manager. We match directly with the talent, and in that way the event manager will save a lot of time, because now you need to go to that website and then check this person and this person, and you don't really know if it's gonna be good or bad, because there is no like reviews or ratings, which we also provide in the platform as a feature, so that the event manager can see, okay, this person is singing very good, like they have this rating, this review, etc. So it's actually making the platform more reliable and very easy to use from the non-technical perspective as well.
Beautiful, interesting. And maybe you could tell me about like some key features that you find would be the most important in this first version of this platform.
As I mentioned, like I guess this AI matching is a very key feature, because it is helping to save a lot of time. And as Paula mentioned before, also the video call within the platform. You think that this can be a potential for you, like as an event manager, and then you can easily arrange a time slot with through the platform and have like 15 minutes call where the musician can show his or her talent in that video call. We are making it like more intuitive. So this is like also the other feature, and also like as I said, the review, like rating and review, just like we have in other platforms. I guess these three are like key features.
Yeah, and I guess there will be also opportunity for musicians who have signed up on the platform for that week to get extra visibility in the platform. So we will feature each week some profiles of musicians, and additionally we want to supplement the platform with some live networking events. Even if we would manage to organize like once a year a concert of the upcoming bands to popularize them, that's also something what we could potentially do in the future.
Yeah, and we hope that maybe if we manage to like connect different musicians, right, they could hopefully maybe collab, and there would be collaboration, and then the culture would prosper and everyone would be happy.
So interesting. I feel like this platform is such a space for everything all at once, and I feel like it's truly a very unique and innovative idea that you have going on here. And let's talk about the teamwork that you've been having this week. And could you tell me, maybe you have some specific roles or maybe none for this team?
We haven't decided, I guess, on the roles, but they naturally evolved. So I think some of us seem to be very good at presenting, and they will be doing the pitch like after an hour. And I think I was the one who was initiating the process, and I also tried to be the organizer in a way that like timekeeping, okay, let's get things done. And then we have silent waters. When Nikola says something, you need to quickly write it down, because it's like he's speaking wisdom, because he has this background in marketing. And then we have now suddenly I forgot Marta. Yes, we have Marta, who is like the linguist, who is saying, no, this is not formulated correctly. And then we have the technical guy, so it's kind of but actually it takes a lot of time to get to know people. We just met on Monday, so it took a lot of time to actually understand which are these strengths. Like now we would probably know.
And were there any more challenges that you've encountered working with an international group?
I think that we didn't have any challenges with our different cultures, but I think as a team we actually made a good team and a good web platform that might solve a lot of problems in the music industry and for the upcoming artists.
And maybe you could highlight some moments, what has helped you move forward when you felt stuck during this week?
I will tell you one thing, and
Tell me
everyone
one thing.
needs to know. Brokers.
Mm-hmm.
Brokers. We were stuck in one moment thinking about how we could make our platform reach actual event organizers and musicians, because it wouldn't just happen miraculously, right? And then Nikola had this great idea, brokers. And we just keep coming back to it. Brokers are gonna solve everything. We get revenue from brokers, and we get more clients from brokers.
Perfect. I feel like this is the silent wisdom incoming that you previously
Part of the
mentioned.
sound wisdom.
Perfect. And you previously mentioned also working with mentors, and maybe you could tell me how important it was for you to work with them during the workshops to actually shape and create this idea.
Actually, we should probably, we would have benefited from working more with the mentors, because we had a few lectures, but then we were so consumed with actually discussing among ourselves and trying to understand each other that we didn't have the capacity actually to work with the mentor, because you see, we are quite a big group, and yeah, it would be good actually now to sit down with a mentor and ask so how we can improve it, but we don't have the chance anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and
I also want to mention just the time. I think, if I remember correctly, our mentors, they said that this is the first time they do such a traineeship for like a week, because the previous ones were more like 4 weeks and they were more like hackathons. So now we're almost like test bunnies actually, because and also the time that we have, it feels like we're sitting here from 9 to 6, and it's really exhausting, like mentally, and like all the creativity is getting squeezed out. But when they talk about, for example, our colleagues in Germany or Poland, like especially in Germany, they wanted to work from 9 till like 8 the whole day. Every day, the whole day, like a hackathon. And even with this time, we just don't have enough time to really work on the idea, because we're so many and we have so many different ideas, and to really come to like an understanding, it's hard. It's really hard.
But I guess I want to add one more thing. So we didn't have enough time to work with the mentors like one to one, but they gave like a lot of presentations and information, which helped us to structure the whole project. That's what I can say as a takeaway.
mm-hmm. So would you suggest that maybe we extend this? Like if we do another entrepreneurship traineeship, then maybe it could be like a longer period. How would you feel about this?
I mean, we managed to create like a whole solution in a week, so I think it's possible. But maybe adding a few days might help to actually give like better examination on the business idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for instance, the few days could be working with mentors specifically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or I think, okay, week is fine, because it's like you can take a week off your regular duty. It's not such a long period, but maybe then, I don't know, let's say in a few weeks to meet again. And meanwhile, somebody can work individually. If we would be like, I don't know, serious in going forward with this idea, then we would benefit from a longer time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wanted to mention, if it was longer than a week, for example, 2 weeks, it would just be more complicated for everyone, especially our international students. What our mentor said yesterday or the day before yesterday was something along the lines, if you have too much time, you get too comfortable. And that's exactly, I mean, we do, so the whole business idea, we were supposed to have also like the prototype stage, right? But we just don't have time for that, so we can't develop that. And also, for example, we didn't have time or lectures about like market research. We did do, like, did we have customer research? No, we had to do it separately too. Like, and they basically said, if you want to add that to the pitch, it's only gonna be good, but we're gonna have to do that in our own like personal time, because we didn't have time for that. Which is, I mean, probably 2 weeks would be better, but then again, maybe you just gotta add more lectures to like 7 or 8. I don't know. I don't know.
And I like what you mentioned about like if you have too much time, you get too comfortable. And would you agree that this is one of the lessons you're taking away from this week?
No.
No. Interesting.
No. I mean, it just like, it makes sense. You just need discipline. If you gotta do something, you gotta do it. You just gotta do it in time too. It's just like life lessons. You learn from your mistakes. Yeah.
Are there any more lessons?
And also, one colleague mentioned that diamonds were made under pressure, so that was like a motivational phrase that we were keeping up.
Yes, and also not to be too attached to your ideas, and just look over them and just don't get too comfortable with your initial ideas and thoughts.
And we previously spoke about entrepreneurship and about how some of you have never really been maybe into it or had like serious knowledge about it. And has this experience changed how you think about entrepreneurship?
Well, the social entrepreneurship lectures that we had were quite interesting. I didn't know about them at all, actually. And there were examples of different businesses that count as social entrepreneurships. Yeah, basically. I didn't know there was a fund for that. And then also the mentor that gave us the lecture was also telling to our team about like specific dates when they're gonna have the contest, also about pitching ideas. And then she actually gave us an idea that we could also maybe try to make our platform like a social entrepreneurship one, because that would just be, we could get like 2,000 or 4,000 from the country fund, or like their fund if we win like the contest or something. Yeah, but that's for yeah.
Yeah, and I will also like to add, the entrepreneurs are actually, or the entrepreneurship is actually something that drives the society forward. So the entrepreneurs are people who find the problem in the society. For example, we found the problem that young musicians have problem to find some jobs and to penetrate in the market. So the entrepreneurs find the problem, work on it, and find a solution that helps a variety of people, or helps a group of people to actually have a solution to the problem. So I think that entrepreneurships and entrepreneurs are people who are helping the society to resolve the problems.
And I used to have a professor who also, when we had to learn about like business thinking and also social entrepreneurships, etc., she used to say that you have to speak your ideas into the void for them to exist there. And maybe if it's not your idea to develop, it could be someone else's, as you mentioned, with your friend's idea. And do you see potential to continue this idea in the future? Do you see that it's like a sustainable and a living idea?
Maybe it's actually when I heard that there is this idea contest well, for social enterprises, I was quite eager. Okay, now there are 3 days left. Maybe why not submit this idea? And I started to ask around people I know who organize events. And actually they recognized that it would be useful to have such a platform, but also I was suggested to make it wider than just for musicians, that maybe for performing artists, so there are also comedians, maybe dancers, so performers for different kinds of events. So I feel there is a market for niche for our platform, but I think a lot needs to be invested in really proper research, because we were told also this week that, I think somebody already mentioned that people get very enthusiastic about their ideas, but they don't think whether somebody in the outside world will really use these solutions. So it's kind of a key factor, like killing your babies, they say, if they can't live like. But I also want to mention, I think what I learned is that entrepreneurship starts with problems, and we have so many problems in the world actually. So there's plenty of opportunity, and I also learned that maybe the best way is if you very well know one industry, sort of get as much knowledge as possible, then you can actually feel and see the gaps that are there. Maybe that's a starting point where you can find out with a really good idea.
Mm-hmm. And
I wanted to mention about being enthusiastic about the idea. I'm super enthusiastic about this idea, and I believe that you should be. Because yes, I agree that sometimes you just have to kill your baby, you know, sometimes the idea is just not ideating, but this one is good because it is a huge issue, and you can see that there could be a demand. Faruk knows a lot about the demand in the market and how we have to make a demand. But I think like we need to think about like we need to sell this idea, you know, like we're gonna pitch in a few hours, maybe. So we gotta think enthusiastically. We need to sell this idea. So I just feel, that's all I wanted to say.
perfect.
Paula will be one of our presenters.
I see. We need your enthusiasm. Okay, and maybe you have some advice to give to other students who are thinking about joining this type of program or traineeship week.
Well, personally, my advice would be, I took this traineeship only because I decided I just want to, and I had the free of studies because I'm only in the second course. But basically, I just think people should just try. You know, if there is like the fact that you open the email and continued reading means you're interested in that. And personally, I had no ideas coming here, and I also didn't know anyone here, and it was kind of awkward a little bit. But if you have this open mind that you want to do something, that you want to learn something, I think things just happen, you know. Yeah, God's plan.
Maybe I can add one thing, like get out of your comfort zone. Because, for example, like once we came here, like the music industry and those kind of stuff, no idea about it, you know. But I was like, it's actually a very good opportunity to learn and get out of my comfort zone so that like I have a better perspective, you know. So with the help of the program, it definitely contributed to the learning part. So that's why I definitely suggest that they also join the program.
Perfect. So letting go of your ideas, time management, also getting out of your comfort zone could be probably like the main takeaways you're getting from.
I mean, everyone needs like these entrepreneurship skills. Just like being able to present something. You don't have to exactly know, like, for example, design thinking, right? It just really helps if you want to create the idea. And also, these skills that you learn, working in teams, empathy, these are just the skills that you would need. Like, they are the biggest demand in the market. And it doesn't matter which sphere exactly. It's just big in demand. So if you go in these traineeships, you also get a certificate. I gotta mention that. It will look really good on a CV. I think you can put them in a CV, right? Yeah.
Yes,
of course. You gotta use the time that you have during your studies to really just like make yourself better.
What a beautiful ending to our today's conversation. Thank you all, my dear guests, for sharing your experience and your thoughts with us today. It's truly been very interesting also for me to hear how this sort of international group can work together and develop in like such a short period of time creative ideas that help to heal some parts and some problems of the world. And the ACE²-EU Traineeship Week clearly offers a unique opportunity to experiment with ideas, collaborate, and truly learn by doing. And thank you again for joining the podcast. I wish you the very best of luck with your pitch and your project today. And I hope that you won't forget this entrepreneurship experience you've gained today. My name is Vendija. I forgot to introduce myself at the start of the podcast. I've been your humble podcast moderator. And if you're also interested, and if you don't follow us right now, you can also check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, where you will be able to listen to this episode, and also on our website, ACE²-EU. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us. Bye bye.